Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, everyone, to today's session. I'm going to go ahead and take off my glasses so I can be able to see a little more clear. Thank you so
Mhm.
much for joining me today. And we got another great topic. Please don't get thrown off by the title of today's session. It's still going to be a great session. And I got down to the bottom, lead effectively and succeed in both business and life. And you see that as well on the book there. And Leadership for Dummies, a reference for the rest of the U.S. I'm talking about a phenomenal book. Even though the book is 27 years old, it's
Yeah.
still number one out there for leadership. It got some good nuggets in this book. People look at the title, Leadership for Dummies. I ain't dumb. No. That ain't what it means. That ain't what it means.
Yeah.
That is not what it means. All right, we're gonna dive on in here. I got let me go over here, get my screen here for those that know me and those that don't know me, in case you come back and listen to the replay. I am Dr. CJ Lee. I am the CEO and founder of Wisdom Leadership Global Academy Corp. And I am thrilled. If you don't know me, you're going to get to know me. I am thrilled about leadership. I believe in leaders being accountable. I hold myself as well as other leaders accountable for our behavior and our action. I am a
Mhm.
published author. That's the title of my book. I got four more books over here to my left, getting ready to go to the publisher, hopefully within the next 2 or 3 months. I hold a doctor's degree in educational leadership professional practice from Trevecca Nazarene University, right here in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee. I also included our email address, website, and to get an opportunity, please visit. And I also included our email address. If you have any questions or concern, you can always email us, and we try our best to get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. So, let me see what my next screen here. I think we had a survey that I gave a little assignment to. Well, let me give you this key leadership nugget. I think that next page is that survey. Key leadership nugget. The key to the spirit of leadership is attitude rather than aptitude. And that's from the
Mhm.
late Dr. Miles Monroe. Powerful teacher, powerful teacher. All right. So TL and those that might come back and listen to the replay, did you? I'm going to read some core philosophy, all 8 core philosophy, dealing with each one of these questions, so that it can help. I kind of did my own rating there, and but I want to give these 8 core philosophies so they can help you to rate yourself better. You can maybe have a better understanding for what each question is asking.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, on that first slide, you said the key to the spirit of leadership
Let me go back.
is attitude versus is
Good.
attitude rather than aptitude. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. So I'm going to go over these core philosophies real quick, and that'll help you to be able to rate yourself and understanding what each question is meaning. Question
Hmm.
number one, talking about interconnect well-being. This worldview perceives, now question number one, this worldview perceives reality not a collection of isolated entities, but as a vast living web. Within this interconnected system, individual flourishing is fundamentally inseparable from collective well being, meaning the success of one part directly relies on the health of the whole. So that's what it's meaning, number one. Okay. Question number
Hmm.
two, intergenerational value. This perspective anchors value creation in a long term horizon, ensuring that present innovations and progress actively nurture and protect the well being of both current and future generations. All right, question number three, proactive ownership. This mindset embodies a deep sense of stewardship, stepping forward to solve challenges and create solutions purely for the collective good, unrestricted by formal job boundaries or direct personal impact. Question number 4, continuous evolution. This approach transforms ongoing reflection, active listening, and continuous learning into a dynamic catalyst for innovation and elevated value creation. Question number 5, values driven stewardship. We just talked about stewardship last week. This principle anchors personal integrity in the intentional practice of stewardship, treating
Mhm.
core values as an active daily responsibility rather than a passive belief.
Mhm.
Question number 6, uncompromising integrity. This stance represents a steadfast commitment to personal values, upholding what is right with unwavering resolve, even when faced with significant friction, personal inconvenience, or adversity. Question number 7, purpose driven direction.
Mm.
This orientation channels deeply held values into a definitive compass, establishing a clear and intentional life purpose that guides every ambition and action. Question number 8, inclusive legacy. This orientation broadens personal ambition into a shared mission, designing a future in which the uplift and prosperity of a diverse community of stakeholders defines success. Those are the core philosophy for each one of those 8 questions. And Tia, would you like to? You can see my scores there. Would you like to give us your score 1 through 8?
Uh, sure.
Mhm.
Is it a total score or just individually?
Well, you can just say what you scored for all for each one.
Okay. Number one was 4, number two
Okay.
was 4, and the rest of them was 5s.
Oh, awesome, awesome,
Mhm.
awesome. And you said you're looking at my number 3. I got a 3. Because
Yeah.
I neither agree nor disagree. Because sometimes, it ain't always for us to solve a problem that's not ours. You know what I'm saying? We got to really really think about that. Should I say anything or not? Should I get involved? Because every problem is not for us to solve, even as leaders.
Well, I didn't take that as solving every problem. I took it
Mhm.
as, I am self motivated enough to take
Yes.
ownership and address problems. If, not, I didn't take that as to say that every single problem, but I'm saying I am self motivated enough if I need
Mhm.
to address problems that are not a part of my job or don't
Mhm.
impact me personally. I am self motivated enough to do that.
Right. And then the only thing I look at that as well as, like say for instance, if a problem needs to be addressed and it's another leader's problem, sometimes people don't want your help, even though you're self-motivated. So you got to really just step back and like, okay, should I offer my resolution onto this, problem? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I was weighing that, like I don't mind helping nobody. But it's a time when I'm like, I have to step back, like, okay, maybe I need to just go it another way.
I mean, I take it as, it's applicable only for things that even though it's not mine, I didn't take it as, again, like I said, every single problem, because it's not meant for me to step in or to aid in every problem.
Right.
But I'm just, I took it as, if I had to, I have the self motivation to do it. Not
Okay.
saying that I have to, but if I
Right.
had to.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
no.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. Well, then that's something we definitely, can keep, and work,
Mm-hmm.
and actually, and that when they come up, you know what I'm saying, we know how to handle that because we are self-motivated.
I
All right.
would have
Uh-huh.
liked to have had instead of this on the screen, it would have been nice to have the actual philosophies because there was a lot of information you were reading from that's not
Okay.
displayed.
Okay. Well, what I
Yeah.
can do is I can give you a copy of that, or next week I can actually put it on a slide so everybody can take a shot of a screenshot of it. How about that?
A copy would be fine.
Okay, then. All right. I got three talking points. They very short, dealing with
Okay.
the book before we dive on into the next screen here, slide. Mastering the truth. Now, this right here is so true. Leading is easy. Getting people to follow is challenging.
Mm.
Come on.
Is it
You see
really
them?
easy?
Yes, it is. You know what I'm saying? If you, but when you lay out your vision, you know what I'm saying. And people like, there's changes. Leading is easy because you leading with integrity. You know what I'm saying, with character. You see what I'm saying? And you leading. Excellent communication. So it is leading is easy.
Mm.
Getting people to follow is challenging. You probably every pastor can probably say getting people to pay their tithes or come to Bible study. You know what I'm saying? It's challenging, to get people to do anything nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
if you know what I'm saying? So it's like trying to get people on board. I remember a real quick story that we were talking about this the other night, and I was used to work for a part-time at the American Heart Association. So our job was duties was to call residents and ask them to donate, meaning that that how they donate, that you can go get donation is going door to door, friends or family that they know. So I was talking
Mhm.
to this elderly guy, and he was like, "Oh yes, yes, young lady, I would love to do that. I would love to." I said, "Well, great. I can put you down that you would go to your neighbors." And he said, yes, ma'am, put me down. He said, "I got one question." I said, "What's that, sir?" He said, "How I'm gonna go?" I said, "Well, you just walk." He said, "I ain't got no legs." I said, "Ooh." I just like, oh my God. He said, "But I know everybody." I said, "Well, thank you, sir." You know what I'm saying? So it's like leading is easy. It is for me. Everybody might not agree with that, but
Yeah.
getting people to follow is challenging. Because
Mhm.
sometimes when there's change, people don't want to change. They get stuck and they get settled in their ways, and they got tenure in the company. When a new manager come, or just like a new principal come, they don't want to change. They don't see the future. They don't see the vision and the plan.
Yeah.
What you say? You don't. You,
I
you don't
guess
think.
because the fact of the matter is
Uh huh.
you're having to lead others.
Okay. Uh huh.
And if it and to me, if the people are not following, I wouldn't find that as being easy to lead.
Right. Right. Okay.
you
Okay.
know
Mm-hmm.
because the simple fact, yeah, you're a leader, you're confident in yourself, and you even take, like, parents with children, you are the leader of that household, but it's
Mm-hmm.
a struggle for some parents that
Uh-huh.
that don't that can't that children won't follow, they can't lead
Mm.
their children, so I don't see how that's easy.
Well, then I look at that on that particular example. I have
Mm-hmm.
to look within. I have to, I'm a leader that has been gifted that would, I can compel people. God would give me things to, permeate the hearts of the people that I'm getting ready to lead. The leading is easy because the leading start with yourself first.
Yeah, it's easy to lead yourself. That's easy.
No, no,
That
no,
is
not
easy.
really. Not really. Because self get in the way. Self can get in the
Yeah, but
way.
you in control. You're the one that's in control. And so it's not like the struggle when leading other people and dealing with other personalities and things. You just dealing with self.
But see, when you as a leader, when to me, leading is easy. I can say it's easy to me because I'm a people person. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And even though you can be a people person, you still gonna have difficult people, different personality. But you're self confident in yourself and self motivated. Oh, I eventually get you to come on over. Either you're gonna either
Mm-hmm.
come on over, or you just like, hey, I don't want to be a part. I'm gonna go on this way. Okay, all right,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's good. Thank you for that. That's good.
Hmm.
That's good. But this book tackles the toughest part of leadership, gaining genuine cooperation. It emphasizes that true influence comes from building trust, alignment, and sharing purpose rather than exerting authority. I don't try to exert my authority because I'm the leader. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right.
it's a teamwork. It's not really an I. It's not an I in team. You know.
Right.
Then my second point is empowering the everyday leader. The accessible formats help elevate imposter syndromes, assuring those in unexpected leadership role that they don't need all the answers right away, just
Right.
a clear path to develop their skills. And sometimes imposter syndrome hit people because they look around the room and assuming everyone else is naturally gifted, competent, and fully in control. You are, imitating, faking
Hmm.
the funk. No, that you got to get over that. You got to get over that.
Hmm.
Then number three, effective leadership requires more than a vision. It involves transforming objectives into a unified framework. This book offers practical strategies for crafting a compelling vision, building high performing teams, and fostering an environment of organizational excellence.
Hmm.
So the
Hmm.
book has some valuable tools in here. Valuable. All right, let's drive on here. You have any questions so far?
What book is that you're talking about?
The Leadership for Dummies.
Oh.
That's book,
Okay.
that book. Okay. All right. Cheat sheet. Definitely have a lot. It's a good book. It's a good cheat sheet book. All right. Next one. Embracing responsibilities.
Hmm.
And I can say you can always take screenshots of this, of the PowerPoint, each slide. Embracing responsibility is an attitude. Drop, now this right here got me stopped right here. They said, drop the word no from your vocabulary. And you hear a lot of people say, no, you need no in your vocabulary. But there's a reason why they say that. Learn to volunteer, take an interest in people around you, and
Hmm.
learn to like people. See, I don't, you got to like people regardless. As a leader, you might not, you got to love them. That's number one. You have to love everybody, but you don't. You have to have the like the
Hmm.
attitude or not. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know.
I may have to rethink that leadership thing now.
Promise
Hmm.
little. See that no right there. Promise little, deliver a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's a time. It's a time for everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Next one. Eliciting cooperation. You want to read that? Can you see that good?
Sure. And I was just thinking about, you don't have to go
Mhm.
back, but I was thinking
Okay.
about that promise little, deliver a lot. It's something that we do say here, how we would rather under promise but over deliver.
That's good. Okay.
You know. But eliciting cooperation, your goal is to cooperation.
Cooperation.
You, cooperation?
Cooperation. What
Right.
you
I
said?
said cooperation. Cooperation. Your goal is to have your followers trust you. Find
Mm-hmm.
out what people want and why they want it.
Okay.
Figure out ways of trading what you have, the power of a leader, for what you need, the cooperation of your group.
Mm-hmm.
Smile at people and look them in the eye. It's the start of trust, and
Mm-hmm.
trust is the beginning of cooperation. Share information with your team and keep them informed.
And
Let's
that
see.
is, leaders need to understand that. You know what I'm saying? We got to, as one, like I said, as we go through these slides real quick, you go, it's some very, very important traits and that we need daily. But
Mm-hmm.
sharing information, I don't understand why leaders won't share the information that's valuable to those that they lead.
Because they want to keep the people limited. You don't want
Yeah.
nobody to know more than you for the sake of feeling like, oh, you now you think you the leader, or now you're gonna try to come out, come after my position instead of taking that opportunity to help build and
Yeah.
enhance your
Right.
team and building trust, because
That's
you
right.
sharing information, you're not withholding information.
Right.
And if you're
Exactly.
withholding, it means I can't trust you, because what is it that you're
Exactly.
withholding? Are you holding something that I need to know, that is going to
Mm-hmm.
be beneficial in my
Yes.
growth, in my
Yes.
enhancement, and things of that nature? So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Every leader should want to see their team grow.
I think that's the essence of an effective communicator.
Yes. Yes.
You know.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. The next one is vision.
Mm,
Leading starts with developing a vision. And I
mm,
was always told, as in college, is that your vision and your mission statement. If somebody asks you what's your vision, or vice versa asks you your mission statement, you should be able to deliver that mission or vision statement within 30 seconds.
mm-hmm.
Within
Yep.
30 seconds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some said within a minute, but you should know the vision and your mission.
Mm-hmm.
So again, leading starts with developing a vision. Visions are more than ideas. They are doable dreams.
Mm,
Vision link that links Visions link the present to the future. Using visions to inspire our followers to achieve more than they thought possible. Making our vision positive, always making our vision positive. Everyone wants to make the world a better place. We all should want to make the world a better place.
mm-hmm.
Any
Absolutely.
questions? All
Mm-mm.
right. Next slide here. Planning. Planning.
Mm,
Now, planning is necessary if our team is to obtain its goal.
mm-hmm.
Keep these things in mind. Plan for every contingency,
Contingency.
contingency, and remember that you can't plan for every contingency. It
Okay.
says plan for every contingency, and remember that you can't plan for every contingency. And I had to stop and I had to think. You're right. And when you think about life brings shocks. No one can guess what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
The world is ever evolving. So when
Mm-hmm.
we you can't really just you plan, but got to be prepared for when it's time to change, because we can
Mm-hmm.
plan ahead, but still surprises will still happen.
So true.
Well, you're gonna have to alter, your previous plans. Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
had this laid out. Now I got to go back and change. That's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, plan for contingency, and
Mm-hmm.
remember that you can't plan for every contingency because life happens.
Right.
Like what they did that quote saying, "Life be life."
Life be life.
Leave a lot of wiggle room in your plans. When
Mm-hmm.
things go wrong, you can adjust.
Right.
Make certain you have adequate resources. If you can get into a lifeboat without food and water, be sure there is someone on board who has the skills to get both.
Mm,
Plan for change. Be happy when it arrives.
mm,
All
nice.
right. Now, listening. All that follow up on the communication, listening. Ooh-wee. Listen, what we've been saying, say less, listen more.
Listen more. That's right. That's right. Yes.
Five, you want to read that, T?
Sure.
Okay.
Strive to take in as much information as you can. Pay attention to the nuances of what people say and how they say it. Pay attention to the needs of your group. Focus and concentrate. Listen to only one person at a time. Learn to develop your own inner voice and then learn to listen to it. Okay. Pay attention to the world around you. Seeing is a form of listening, and visual impressions are often the most powerful. Listen to hear the
Learn.
voices, excuse me, learn to hear the voices of the downtrodden. Their needs can become your cause.
Wow, that's good.
That's
That's
good.
good. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's good. Okay. All
You
right.
got to be, but I will say that part about learn to develop your own inner voice. You know, you got to be careful with that because you can't, that you can't trust that hard. You can't
Right.
always trust that inner voice. You know what I'm
That's
saying? And
right.
so you gotta be careful with that one because
That's
that
right.
inner voice, the heart can be wicked and it can tell you
Yes.
to do some things you ain't got no business doing. So you
That's right. That's right.
gotta be careful. You
That's
know.
right. Yeah, that self control. You got to know your inner voice tell you to do something, you got to say no. Like I think Bishop Jakes used to always say you got to tell your mind sometimes to shut up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because see, your mind keep going, but your body is shut down. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So
Mm-hmm.
you got to know when you listen to that inner voice, you got to make sure that inner voice is telling you the right thing to do.
Right. Right.
All right, that's good. All right, we at the end here,
And two,
closing.
oh,
Uh
sorry,
huh.
I will say
Okay.
real quickly too, when we
Uh huh.
talking about that inner voice, because much stems from the soul. So if you
Yes.
got a
Yeah.
lot of things that's happening in that soul, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You got some things that you ain't dealt with yet in that soul. It can produce a lot of little things it's telling you to
hmm
do and telling you to
Yes.
say, telling you to
Right.
respond and react, because your soul ain't clean. There's much
hmm
impurity in that soul. And so
Right.
again, you got to be careful of
hmm
developing your own voice. It's only one
Voice.
voice I want to listen to, and I know
Yes.
this ain't spiritual, but it's that of the Holy Spirit,
Amen.
over my
Amen.
own.
That's right. That's right. Amen. Amen.
Hmm.
Amen. All right. Great, great, great dialogue here.
Hmm.
Closing summary. Listen, leadership. I got. If you've been on here before, listen to the replay, you're going to hear this around with me all the time. Leadership is not an elite title reserved for the chosen few.
Hmm.
It is a daily practice built on character, consistency, and genuine commitment to elevating others. Commitment to
Hmm.
elevating others. That's what it's about.
Hmm.
TL, would you take the next one?
Sure. The true genius of leadership lies in its simplicity. When we stop trying to prove our authority and start focusing on empowering our people,
Mm-hmm.
influence naturally flows. That's
Mm-hmm.
good. That's good.
Nope, that's it. You see what I'm saying? Ultimately, anyone can learn to lead because leadership is measured not by the power we hold, but by the potential we unlock in those around us.
That's good.
All right. All righty then. We at the end of the session, great dialogue. Look, like I said, when I tell people, what I'm saying is that always study, go back and read everything in these slides that apply, everything that in the slides that's good for you to use. Take it, take notes of it, revise it, put it in your own words, do whatever it is to help you to grow, help to improve your leadership skills.
Hmm.
So I thank you for joining me today for this 12 o'clock p.m. Join me every Friday at 12 o'clock noon for Central Standard Time for a 30-minute recharging. I say hour because I have to recharge my leadership battery every day, every day,
Hmm.
every day. That's
Hmm.
something we all should plug in to recharge our batteries. I'm your host, Dr. CJ Lee. Again, there's our website. Get an opportunity to stop by and visit. Email address as well. If you have anything in the comments or a question or concern, please email us and we definitely try our best to get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. I want you to enjoy the rest of your day and have a safe, blessed, cool, lucrative weekend. Until next Friday, thank you for joining me. Thank you, TL. Have a
You're
great
welcome. You too. Bye bye.
day. Bye.